Hi, everybody. Many of you who know me know that I'm often advocating for folks to do their own thing. But on the flip side, I'm equally a proponent of forming and being part of a community or communities. One of my mottos is to create an isolation, but then share your findings and creations with the masses. So create an isolation, but then share your findings and creations with the masses. Now, whether you know it or not, there are actually three types of communities that we actually tend to align ourselves with. Uh, Internal communities, cyber communities, and external communities. So let's unpack this a little bit. Internal communities. The way I see it, these are basically our sources of inspiration that exist primarily in our hearts, minds, and souls. These are uh, people whose music, philosophy, and vision we've internalized deeply. And they don't necessarily have to be, people who are in music. You can certainly uh, be inspired in many aspects of life. The second being cyber communities. Simply put, these are folks with whom we interact with online, usually through social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm telling you, there are a lot of musicians out there, artists that I check out on YouTube that may not know me. Maybe they do, but they certainly are probably not aware that I'm constantly checking them out and trying to get inspired by what they do. So I'm certainly happy for the internet that we can actually make this sort of thing happen. And the third being external community, and this is probably you might say the most conventional of the three, and these are this type of a community are basically people with whom we interact with in person. So it could be taking private lessons, uh, people that we gig with, hang out with, you name it. The bottom line is that we're interacting with them in person. And ultimately, this type of one-on-one in-person interaction, tends to be the most impactful. But unfortunately, it's not always feasible. And to be honest, sometimes trying to, you might say, cultivate this type of community can be a real pain. Which is why I think it's good to be aware that the other two types of communities actually exist. I mean, for me, I would hate to uh, have someone sort of wanting to form a community and only think, okay, only the external type of community is possible, and then when it's not able to be realized or able to be pulled off, then they sort of abandon the idea. So, but you don't have to. There are different connotations of community. So I think it's good if we can explore all three. Anyway, so thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you the next time.